Hey, we're back.
And we're back. Thanks to those fantastic ads from,
Nike.
I was gonna go with Blackwater Securities.
Do it or don't do
Oh,
it.
wait.
Monsanto.
Or just do it. I don't fucking
That's
care.
not good, is it?
Whatever. Just do it. Nike. This is the post show to Donovan. Set their buttholes on fire with our bartender.
Greg. So,
We're trying out a new lighting gimmick that we had installed by Frank the Hair Saxon.
how dare you say that word in front of me, sir?
And apparently, our good bartender Greg Burnett has something in store for all of us.
I hate both.
And
Alright, so, if you could create a band out of any 5 people, live or dead, who would it be?
wow,
5 people. You got 5 members in the band.
live or
Max.
dead.
Live or dead. Who's going to be brave enough to go first? Do you want me to go while you guys think about it?
Yeah, because when you say live or dead, I'm like, well, there's people that are alive that I think are fucking amazing.
Yeah, you're like, well, I think Mozart could probably do pretty all right in a prog band,
And
you
there's
know?
like your Keith Moons and your John Bonhams, and you're like,
You're forgetting
oh, the guy from that Rush band, Rouge. They're from
Was that
Czechoslovakia.
Canadian fella?
They're from
Oh,
Czechoslovakia.
that's right. Canada's not even a real country. Anyhow, I'll let you guys ponder, and I'll tell you mine. So, I've had a ton of time to think about this because I've asked these people in a drunken state many times. But I'm going to go with, number 1, I'll go with Miles Davis, who I think is the most important American artist of any genre of all time. He changed the only purely American art form like 4 times.
Yeah. Nice.
And then, just to see the fireworks from the headbutt that goes on, we go with Frank Zappa.
Nice.
Because they're both extreme control freaks and both extreme...
Now, do we have a list of instruments they have to take up in this?
No, do whatever makes you feel happy, man. Music's a wild, wild
So you
place.
could have like a 12-person band.
I said 5.
5. Okay.
So we got Miles Davis, Frank Zappa. So we got some brass, guitars, possibly some vocals. So we're gonna go bass. I'm a bass player, so I always jump around on this. Every time it's different, but today I'm gonna say John Entwistle.
Oh, the Ox! Hell yeah!
Sometimes I go fucking Woody, or not Woody, it's fucking Alan Woody.
Oh, yeah.
Wonderful. I'm gonna go John Entwistle. So that's 3. 4, I'm gonna go vocals. Mike Patton. And I think, even though he is like a mastermind in his own right, I think he would like take a backseat to the fireworks that are Zappa and Miles Davis, and just lend his incredible fucking range and maybe some creative input where it's necessary. On drums.
Be very careful when you say
There's
that.
so many good ones. I think I'm gonna go Buddy Rich.
Nice.
Ooh, all right.
One of the finest drummers of all
Can
time.
I go next?
Yeah.
I'm going to start with my drummer because it's his birthday today. Bill Stevenson from the Descendants and all. Bill Stevenson on drums. On bass, I'm going to again go ahead with John Entwistle. But
Old Thunder Fingers.
yeah, on guitar, I'm going to go with Dimitri Coates from the Burning Brides and Flag. And then on vocals and songwriting, I'm going to go with Prince. Woo! That's only a 4-piece band.
That's 4.
That's all you need.
You don't think anyone live or dead could add to that sweet, sweet magic?
Alright. I'm going to go. Stephen Egerton from All on guitar.
Pick 3 members of the Descendants.
Did I just pick 3 members of the Descendants?
No, the Descendants.
2.
All.
2, okay. Joe?
That'd be a fine band.
I think it would be fun. I mean, I think Brent would have a good time writing with Bill Stevenson, who's a fantastic songwriter. Happy birthday, Bill.
I'm gonna build a prog band.
Okay.
Vocals, John Anderson. Yes.
Okay.
Drums, God himself, Neil Peart. Guitar, Adrian Belew.
Nice.
Other guitar. Gilmore, Floyd.
You have to say that last
And then bass, since I've got Neil on drums, I got Getty with him because they play well together. So that's my prog band.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to hear in the comments your favorite band. We could form a band, live or dead musicians, 5-piece band. You send it to us.
My only complaint about your 5 is you picked 2 Rush musicians and you left out the best member of the band.
Oh, it was close.
Alex Lifeson is
Dude,
an absolute
Alex
fucking
Lifeson.
guitar savior.
Yeah. Trust me, it was a thing of like, I can't just pick all of Rush. Like, 'cause that's like, I'm such a
Rush
fucking
a
mark.
fun
I'm
piece.
such a mark for Rush.
Nice. So I might do a shot.
So how about if I pick a 5-piece band from Columbus?
Do that.
Oh, I'm not taking that kind of heat.
I know. it's a
Wait,
lot.
Nope.
Can we go
Nope.
in a circle and pick a 5-piece band? Can I go first and then never again?
Yeah.
Can I pick Adrian Lee Zambrano as on guitar?
Well, I mean, it's just, yeah.
No, you go. Now we go in a circle.
Oh, okay. So on drums, Nick Scholl.
Dick.
I like Nick Scholl. He's one of my favorite. He plays a very simple 3-piece kit
Chris Burnside, Sleeper's Wake.
on guitar.
No, drums.
Well, he got the guitar player. I got the drum.
Oh.
You can have 2 drummers.
Oh, no. I thought we were each making a drum set. I'm not. I'm
We're
sorry.
forming a band now.
You have
Okay,
2 drummers. That's actually a fucking wild kind. I love it.
No. Okay, so for bass, I'm pretty partial to a fellow named Roger Vincent.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So we need,
You know, my roommate and the silent Bob to
we
my
need
Jag.
a guitar player now.
I'm gonna pick the singer. I want to pick Marnay Richardson. I don't know if you fellas know her, but she sings in a wonderful soul band called The Pleasant Tense, and she is fucking amazing.
Okay.
So it's gonna make
Is
every.
this just us putting over our friends?
Can I pick up the other singer / guitar player?
Yeah, sure.
Marcy Mays.
Nice.
That's
Well,
what I
nice.
said to that.
I think Joe agrees with that.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning into our post show with
We're
Rick.
probably gonna have to delete this once we get a bunch of heat for not calling out our friends.
I did call out my friends. Call out Nick Scholl. I think he's one of the best drummers. Brad Sminarski is definitely like the best drummer I know. But I think Nick Scholl would be a colorful entry.
To be fair, Brad works for Cozy Home, and I've never actually heard him drum, so I.
Oh, dude, he's
He's a good guy.
fucking great.
Good guy. He's like a machine. Like you would be blown away if you watch him do like a quick drum solo. You'd be like, holy shit, this guy. Why aren't you famous?
If we could go back to my band, now that I'm thinking about it, I would like to change my drummer from Buddy Rich to Bill Ward from Black Sabbath. Here's the reason why. Bill Ward plays drums like he's playing like a pitched instrument.
Yeah.
He never goes ham, and he always plays exactly what the theme of the song is. And the
That's
band with that
the
much ego.
songwriter and a drummer.
God damn.
No, you write to an arrangement.
I enjoy watching. I watched several documentaries, and John Bonham, and I'm give or take whatever your feelings are on Led Zeppelin. John Bonham went from like being this scrawny, skinny guy that's like flailing his arms, but playing pretty precise, awesome music, to being this huge guy that's barely moving his wrist.
I'm working on it.
And he's playing harder than he was when he was skinny. Like he's hitting the notes harder. I gotta give props to fucking John Bonham. But Nick Scholl is a bunch of his screwdrivers.
So, y'all's native instrument is bass, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Top 5.
Bass players:
Go.
Tom Clearly, Carl Alvarez, John Angelis, Geezer Butler. I'm right. I am a little drunk. Hold on now. What did I say? 3 of them? Yes.
You said Geezer, you said Ox, you said Carl.
Carl. Geezer, Ox, Carl.
Okay.
Okay.
John was.
That's Ox.
Yeah, John Angelis.
Butterfingers.
No Chris Squire love?
Like this one.
I mean, Cliff Burton.
Well,
God damn it!
Yep.
We're taking the. We're
Yep.
like.
Steal them all!
We have 3 of them.
I got one more. Hopefully I don't steal it from you. Man, I feel like I'm insulting the bass player by not pulling his name out of my head.
What bands do you play for?
I don't know. I don't even know. It's a little dark here.
John Paul Jones.
Okay, John Paul Jones. Thank you.
I gotta go.
Motherfucker played like every instrument. Keyboards, guitar, bass, cello, fucking John Paul Jones, man.
I gotta go probably number 1. The have to be Geezer Butler. It's just, not even that he's the best bass player ever, but he's just so formative to who I am as a person.
Is it
Not just who I love.
Is it true that Black Sabbath tuned down half a step on everything?
yeah, because Tony cut his fingers off.
They had several different tunings.
Yeah, he lives with like Master Reality and shit like that.
But
They're tuned
I
down
know
to
they
C
like
sharp, I think.
went with like took standard tuning and went down a half a step, or at least a full step.
Yeah, the story on it, and you know, Chad's welcome to correct me, is that it was Iommi's last day working in a metal shop,
Good bartender right there.
Textiles.
something like that. And
It's
he was,
Birmingham,
he's
it's
working on a saw, sawed his fingers off, and then melted bottle caps and put leather over them so he could make his own prosthesis. And that's why they had to tune down, because he didn't figure it out. That's the legend.
Top 5 bass players. Number 1 is Geezer Butler. 2 is Alan Woody from the Allman Brothers.
Really?
If you ever have a chance to put some headphones on and get done listening to the Allman Brothers, I highly recommend it.
There's quite a few bands that I never would have guessed, and then I would put on the headphones and be like, wow, Duran had a great bass player.
Stone Temple Pilots.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Presidents of the United States of America. Never even got into them before, and then I was like, okay, that bass player's pretty good. Fucking Space Hog. What a good bass player. What a good bass player.
Butthole Surfers.
Kirkwood?
Yeah, so many good bass players. None of those guys are going to make it my top 5, but they're all fucking wonderful.
Yeah.
And they're all way better than me.
Yeah.
3, I gotta go John Russell. 4, Cliff Burton. And 5, somewhat for technical prowess, but I also love his style, is fucking Victor Wooten. God damn, he's a fucking
What
madman.
band?
Victor
he's,
Wooten.
He's mostly famous for Veil of Fleck and the Flecktones, but he is just like...
He's famous for being Victor fucking Wooten.
Yeah, he's famous for being like the best player. Wait, Billy Sheehan.
I was gonna say that earlier, and I was like, because I when I was in high school, I studied Billy Sheehan and like learned how to play like those bass lines, and it was like I didn't really learn how to play those bass lines. I was like fucking doing a horrible mimicry.
I bet now.
But also,
that
let's not
you could
forget.
probably get after it.
Let's not forget, and it's cheesy, but he's amazing. Jaco Pastorius.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah, Birdland. Like anything from
Jaco
Birdland.
Pastorius.
Like,
Like,
saying Jocko is almost like saying Les Claypool. Like
Right.
it almost goes, or like
I
like goes
enjoy
without saying, but their
Les
style
Claypool
is
is-
so specific.
here's the
It
difference
has
between
to be-
Jaco and Les. Les Claypool was something that you enjoy as a novelty. Like, oh, this song's really goofy.
You want to
fun.
draw some hate from the listeners.
Yeah, and as a bass player, of course, or any musician, you love Les Claypool because he's like technically good.
And he's
But
really
Jaco
happy.
Pastorius wrote songs that you could actually fucking feel and enjoy and dance to. Jaco Pastorius, I'm sorry we forgot him. Like, yeah, great fucking guy.
Also, I would like to throw in. I don't know what the band's name is, but the bass player for what's the greatest reggae band of all time?
Harlem Whalers.
No, that's not true.
I'm kidding.
It's
Peter Tosh.
no, they're great too. They did Pressure Drop.
Oh, Red
Toots and the Maytals.
Toots of the Maytals.
The
yeah.
bass player for Toots and the Maytals is top notch. And just like you're saying, like,
Well-
what do you feel when you hear that bass? Also, how about Thundercat?
Well-
Dude's fucking amazing.
How about any bass player from a reggae band? That was the backbone of the band. When reggae came around, that was like when bass players were like, oh, you exist? You're a bass player and you exist? Like, bass players from reggae bands were like,
Oh, that and like if you
you're
ever,
important in the band.
I don't know if you guys like study drums at all. Like learning to play reggae is like learning to play backwards in some sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Well, the fucking snare's
Which
not
is-
on the backbeat. Right off the bat.
which is why I'll give Stu Copeland all the credit for. Like,
Stupid Oakland, yeah.
as far as like
Oh, from the police, yeah.
my
Yeah.
top 5 favorite drummers.
He's in my top 5 too. The dude's
Yeah.
fucking amazing.
Like I asked you your native instrument, so I figured I might as well answer mine.
Well, the whole thing with like reggae was British bands taking on the black America or African music and turning it into that.
Well,
it's
that's
like they
second
should-
wave reggae.
Yeah.
First wave reggae is kids in Jamaica where kids sometimes get radio receptacles in New Orleans, so they would get like soul music coming in.
Well, they were hearing something from the American,
So like if you
American
had
blues.
the radio stations that had enough like
So they're taking American blues from New Orleans that was
Soul.
ripped off.
soul.
And there was not very much money being put into education in Jamaica, especially not in music. So that
There
in
still
the
isn't.
beginning, they weren't like super efficient at their craft, so they just like kind of did their own thing. And then it was the summer of 1969, like the summer of Sam All That, where it was a heat wave
Where
across the
nothing
whole
else
fucking
happened.
world, and it was too hot to play dancehall music. And they started slowing it down to fucking good reggae vibe.
And
Right
then-
at second wave, you're right. In England, you have the skinhead music, which is
Well, yeah,
black-
because then you have
the
Don
black
Letts.
workers in England were like having like this social movement about like work justice.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they would all shave their head. So the skinhead thing that we think of as a misnomer in this situation.
And what happened
So
was
the
like
one
they
you
would
were
all
talking
be
about earlier was where dub came from. Like
Yeah, dub reggae, real slow.
dub and
And
all
then-
that beat, those beats and like those bass and drum originally is reggae.
If you
That
believe
bass
like
and drum.
the punk rock narrative, like everyone in England was hanging out at Don Letts' house parties. He'd come in with all of these fucking dub and reggae things, and then you have bands like the Slits come out of it, and bands that are
Sure.
you know, Clash.
Well, the
There's
Clash,
behind
the Clash
standing out
like took reggae. to-
Oh, listen to
you know,
Guns of Brixton for fuck's sake.
That's like, I mean, punk rock came out of reggae, I believe. Because
Punk and reggae came out of ska music, which is a fucking. Most people think ska came from a combination of funk and reggae, but ska came first.
It wasn't the kids from the fucking marching band being like, I want to be like
so
Five Iron
weird
Prince.
because I remember like, alright, there's like specials, and there's English beat, and there's, and then Operation Ivy, and then like this Rancid band came around, and then like, every member was black, like.
take hold of what's yours. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and some of the specials especially, like I really enjoy English beat, but the specials we're like, hey, there's a little political shit here we're gonna sing about, and we're gonna tell you about it. The specials English beat did nothing political, but the specials went crazy with it.
So second wave reggae really influenced punk rock in general because it was that English, the black English textile workers that were fed up with the fucking work conditions and stuff. They really started a social movement.
Well, they were on a 3-day work week and on the fucking dole half the time.
We have a link.
Do I have a what?
Is there feedback going on?
I was just talking music with y'all, man.
Oh. So we haven't been checking the link, but please throw shit out there. I'm gonna say the word shit one more time. And shit. Greg, I want you to taste the sauce.
Give me the
Oh.
sauce.
I know exactly where we're going with this, and
Joe-
I told you.
Joe knows what I'm gonna do.
I told you
This-
that we have
you're
some
gonna
time
Fix
to-
required. Throw it right in the palm.
You're gonna fucking actually enjoy this. This is also a local Columbus.
No toothpaste, man.
Okay.
Just throw it in my palm.
Nice.
And then hit me with your hottest one you've ever had.
Hit me with your hottest one. Alright.
Because
This
I
is
feel
not
like
hot.
I need to be hurt, but I want to taste it good.
Greg,
I
this
wanna
is
be-
not hot. This
We
is
sell Greg.
This is a local Columbus hot sauce from a buddy we have named Mike. We brought him on
He's from Van
live on the
Vliet.
show on my phone. This is a sauce that will blow your fucking mind. You're gonna be like, holy shit! I need a bottle right now.
That's that fucking molasses right there. All right.
That's it, man.
Dude, the brown sugar and molasses notes. Oh, chocolate. God damn, that's good.
Is that amazing? He's here in Columbus.
We're gonna buy this.
It's sold out.
But he does there's a market.
Nope. Nope.
I'm only teasing.
There is a market that he does on out on the east side, east of Franklin or
Mike,
Old
reach
Town
out.
East.
Let me get that sauce.
I can give you his email and stuff.
Yes, sir. That is fucking
Yeah, dude.
wild.
It's based on LA, and it's so fucking good.
Here's another one that he did. It's not as amazing as that, but that's really good too.
You might want to give that a little shake ski, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it was pretty thin on the top.
So yeah, Spicy Mike here in Columbus. This is when me and Joe had this on the show, we were like, oh my god, we've never had a sauce better than this on our show.
Well, man, Mike knows flavors. I'm gonna just say that right now.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that one also way hotter than the first one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but this one is holy shit, you matched up chocolate with really spice.
And we've tried a few fucking sauces that have chocolate bases, and none of them hold a fucking candle to that.
Donovan.
Spicy Mike's hot sauce. Google that shit. Buy
So you
its
gotta cut
stuff.
more peppers. So you gotta cut more peppers.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure do.
Now, flavor is my fucking game as a bartender. Can we collab on one of your last peppers?
I've got 5 more to go.
Yeah, dude.
I think we're gonna have.
Actually,
I think we're gonna have some
I have a
fun.
whole bag of the jalapenos to give to you to take home.
Well, I as a cocktail nerd type bartender for a lot of my career, am super hyper focused on flavor combinations. I would love to get down.
All right. I have minimal. I mean, I have what you need in the kitchen, with your spices, but
We'll come strapped.
you're I work till 7 every day, and then I sit down here with Joe and drink. So what I've been doing lately is 7 o'clock. I get off work. I make a hot sauce.
Every day.
I'm gonna fucking Amazon you a book right now.
Okay.
Well, shortly. It's called the Flavor Bible. It's a hardback book that's this big and that thick. And you go to a flavor you like. It's like an encyclopedia or a reference book.
Index.
Yeah, you go to alphabetically, you go to a flavor you want to highlight, and it gives you a list like this of every flavor that's really good with that. Or like, not every flavor, but like many flavors that are good with that flavor.
Yeah, I thought. No, he said he wanted something.
Oh, shit.
He said he wanted something
What
hot. By the
there,
way.
buddy?
Oh, Grandad, yeah, I will take the hottest one you got.
Donovan.
Wait, we're. Oh,
But I know you got one
I
more.
didn't think about this.
You got one more wing in that fucking bowl over there. I probably like it all the way.
All right. So what are we thinking for the hottest one?
How did you know that?
Because I came in to take a pee.
I always do 34 wings instead of 33 for 11 apiece, just in case I drop one when I'm tossing.
Have you ever dropped while you're tossing?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Boy,
yeah.
if I had a thing to say, we're next.
more than a couple times. You know what? It's not up here, but I'll go look at the cab and find you've seen my cab. It's like 50,000 hot sauce.
If you see something that's very
130.
hot up here that makes it not go look for very long, that's fine. Hurt me, Daddy.
This is from the Heatness, the hot ones. It's the Apollo.
2.5 million.
2.5 million.
I used to have a dog named Apollo.
So you're Coheed Cambria, essentially.
God rest his soul.
I'm gonna go ahead and.
You know the whole story of like why the album is called Good Apollo and Burning Star 4,
I
right?
know, but it's
Good old
The
days.
entire character is talking to his dog Apollo and relating the story.
I'm gonna let it sit in the hot
Yeah,
grease for a
serious?
minute to warm up.
Yeah, if you read the graphic novels based on the first like 4 or 5 albums.
This dog, he was a 6-year-old Rottweiler when I adopted him. He was angry, man. He had been done wrong in life. And he died like 4 years later. But in that time, we bonded so well, and I was able to like work him up to other people and animals and everything so well that I could have went to work with a fully cooked turkey on my couch and came back and he wouldn't have touched it. This dog was
Really, he wouldn't have done that.
165 miles an hour.
Train.
Not trained. Guided with love. I'll never train the personality of a dog, man.
I'm gonna grab the wing out of the oil for you.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, you were on the album in Keeping the Secrets of Silent Hill 3 when they are doing you hear in the background. Hello, Apollo, where do I begin? Apollo's him telling the story of the dog.
And there's like dog marks in it too.
Yeah. That's the Amory Wars is the name of the comic.
Oh yeah, I knew
Yeah,
it was
they've
coming,
got
but I've
a
never-
series of hardbacks on that. Written by, obviously the
This
band.
is what we usually do as our last dab. We put an extra one on.
Oh, I've had this before then.
You've had the OG version.
Oh! You don't have to do an extra dab.
Hurt me, Daddy.
I didn't give you a place, I'm giving you the bowl.
Nice.
Oh god, it smells so bad. Greg's gonna do the last dab Apollo, 2.5 million heats.
That's the hottest one we have in the house.
Yeah.
Try not to sell.
It's quite hot. I think I killed my taste buds the other day or yesterday with
I read something about.
Did you tie one off? I'm sorry.
I did read something about.
I'll go use the restroom now.
Scoville heat units. I read something about Scoville heat units. The shop while he's gone. I got
and then another before you expect.
So 2 things about Scoville heats. What happens when Scoville or the heat hits that actually hits your tongue or your mouth? It doesn't actually burn or create heat at all. No form of heat is created. It triggers a thing in your brain, your fear and pleasure sensors. It triggers a thing that makes that part of your mouth feel like something bad is happening, and it's not. There's nothing actually. You will never get like a scar from the heat that you eat from a chicken wing.
No damage, actually.
There's no actual physical damage. It's a sensor to your senses. So, and the other thing is, water is the worst thing you can do. Water actually infuriates that and makes it worse. So the three things.
Fuck you, buddy.
So three things that actually like make the Scoville go down and the flame in your brain that's creating that heat go down.
Vinegar.
No. Well, vinegar does for your hands so that you don't carry it to your face. But in your mouth, oil, fat, and, believe it or not, alcohol. So when me and Joe are getting wasted drinking like booze and beer, that's actually making it less hot. So we're actually pussies.
Can't pay, dude.
If we had been doing this completely sober,
If we had been sober, this show wouldn't exist.
that's a fact. But we
Also,
would,
you guys don't know this, but before the show, they take like a pastry brush and they fucking do their mouth up with fucking Vaseline.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty gross, but also it kind of turns me
oh,
on.
what's that episode of The Simpsons where he took like wax and put it in his mouth? So you can do the Guatemalan insanity pepper.
See? Simpsons did it.
Yeah, I'd have a beer.
Simpsons did it.
All right, we're getting off the rails,
Yeah, it was God intended.
and it's only going to
That
get
last
worse.
one is not the hottest thing I've ever had, but it is fucking lingering motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and take us off the air, boys. How do you feel about that?
Yes.
I feel like we're probably gonna have to delete